Hello students, today we are going to learn about modern computing. So first of all, we will see what is computing. Computing is a process of using computer technology to complete a given goal oriented task. So a computing is nothing but processing, storing, transforming data from one point to the another point. So when we are transferring data, it means it needed some technology. So the people and technology are integrated to solve the basic problems to more challenging projects in various fields such as business, healthcare, robotics, manufacturing, space, etc. So the emerging technologies in computing and communication are drastically developing day to day. Technologies such as wireless communication, big data analysis, cloud computing, mobile computing, Internet of Things, embedded systems and cryptocurrency are integrated as part of human life and creating wonders in all the fields. So when we are dealing with a mobile computing, first of all, we should aware of the technology. Technology places a major role in transforming the data. As we know that, first we will see the wireless communication technology. So what is this wireless communication technology? While we are sending the data from one location to the another location, that is, it could be the node, or from one person to the another person, it can be transferred without cables. That is nothing but wireless. We don't use any cables for sending the data. It could be the remote area or it could be within the same building, anywhere within a room. If you are sending the data where you are not making use of the cables, then you can call it as a wireless communication. So this wireless technology mainly make use of infrared waves and radio frequency waves for sending the data from one point to the another point. For example, I could take smartphones. When we wanted to make a charge for our mobile phones, that is smartphones, nowadays we are not making use of the cables. Directly by plugging we can make use. We have a devices called, without using the cables you can also recharge. That means with the help of the wireless technology we can also receive the power without the cables. So that is about the wireless technology. So wireless technology, again, it consists of two types of technologies, I can say, mainly used: the cellular Wi-Fi and phone communication, where you can send the data from one point to the another point, which are majorly using for sending the data with the help of the wireless technology. Next we will see in a modern computing, the name itself here indicating the modern today, what we are making use of, what technologies we are making use of. So now whatever I am taken some of the computing technologies here where we are using nowadays. For example, I can tell you in simple terms like smart. Wherever you find the smart, wherever you see the smart, you can assume that it is a type of a modern computing. Like for example, smart TVs, smart watches, smart mobile phones, where you can operate these without the cables. You can send the data from one point to the another point. Computing itself, it's nothing but transmission or processing or storing, anything it could be. So how these processes are done with the help of some of the technologies and the computing technologies. So now I will be explaining one by one. Firstly, I am taking here data mining. So data mining can also be described as knowledge describing from the data, or that is knowledge discovering from the data. That is the process of digging the data or summarizing or analyzing the data from different perspectives into useful information. That is mining. Like for example, I can say the gold mining, coal mining, where they extract, they take the useful coal there. So in the same way, we have n number of numerous amount of data available in the resources. So how to make use of those data? That is nothing but that can be done with the help of the data mining, making the data useful. So data mining is a process of analyzing a huge volume of data to find patterns, discover trends and gain insight into how that data can be used. So for example, I can take here the data. First you need to select the data. We have a numerous amount of data available in the resources nowadays. So first you need to select the data, that is nothing but the targeted data. For that data you can pre-process the data. That pre-processed data can be transformationed into a data. Again you can use the data mining, that is nothing but you can make use of the patterns, interpretation, evaluation, anything it could be the process, and from there you can get the knowledge from the existing data. So these are the steps you can see. And what kind of data can be mined? As I said, we have a numerous amount of data. So here I have taken I have listed some of the examples like database data. It could be the relational data, it could be the object oriented. Nowadays we are using this object oriented data mainly because it helps us in retrieving the data very fast and it has got a new features. Next, data warehouse. Data warehouse is nothing but where we can consider it as a centralized database storing the data there. Next, transactional data, stream, time series, multimedia data, as nowadays we can say where multimedia, it consists of the different types of mediums. Data can be used, transferred. Next, graphs. So all these are nothing but the data that can be mined. You can make useful information in these areas, I can say. Next, coming to big data analytics. First of all, what is big data? We all know that data is nothing but the raw facts. As we know, the data what we have, data it could be anything, like it could be the image data, video data, text data, it could be the anything. What is this big data then? So big data is nothing but massive amount of data that cannot be stored or processed or analyzed by using the traditional tools. That is called big data. So traditional tools cannot be processed. So what we do, we are making use of this analytics part, big data analytics. So big data analytics, it is the process of collecting, organizing and analyzing large sets of data called big data to discover patterns and other useful information. So analysts working with big data typically want the knowledge that comes from analyzing the data. Like for example, we all listen to the music. I wanted to take this example because everyone loves music. So let me take one of the example to specify this big data, how we are making use of these big data analytics. So everyone are aware of Spotify. Spotify, it's nothing but audio online streaming platform. So that is a platform where we can enjoy n number of music files, audio files there. So that Spotify platform has got n number of users. Like I can say, it could be around 96 plus millions users are using that Spotify. So just imagine 96 million users. So how much data it could be? What data? Not only the audio data, the users, the frequently listening music, searching for the audio files and the likes and the shares that have made. So this type of data is nothing but the big data. So this big data can be analyzed by using the tools called recommendation tools. Like whenever you make use of that particular platform, sometimes we get recommended lists of audio files. How do we get that recommended? All the users cannot get the same type of recommended lists. We'll be getting different types of recommended lists depending upon the users they have listened the music, their interest. So how this has been patterned? with the help of the big data analytics. This recommendation list system mainly use the filtering tool there. So that tools mainly helps in analyzing the data. That is nothing but big data analytics. I think you might have understood with this simple example how the big data analytics works exactly. So next, let me say some of the other applications. It could be like where we can use this big data analytics are public sector services, healthcare contributions, next learning services, insurance, banking side, crime and intelligence, weather forecasting, defense and space. So all these are, we mainly make use of this big data. Next, coming to cloud computing. So what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is the delivery of on-demand computing services over the internet, and that too on a pay-as-you-go basis. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services such as, mainly we make use of the storage, servers and the database, networking. It could be the software, it could be any operating systems, and moreover the internet. Wherever you want we can access, anytime we can access. Like let me take a simple example. If I am going to start a company, I might have only 1 or 2 employees. So with the 1 or 2 employees, I will be having a limited amount of data where I can store, I can access, I can do my projects. When I am moving on to a big company, like where it consists of thousands of employees. So thousands of employees will be having a lots of data and they will be working out on the projects. So where to store the data? What is the resource? The resources or the devices, hardware system, whatever we are using, it might not be sufficient to maintain the data. Why? Because we need to maintain, we need to provide the security, we need to decode it, we need to deploy it. So whatever, I have to invest a lot. So instead of investing there, I can make use of this cloud concept. So cloud is nothing but where the cloud providers provides the storage services, where I can pay them a limited space, whatever the space I want, I can make use of that space from the cloud and I can pay back for them. So this is nothing but the cloud computing, and there are 3 types of cloud computing: the public cloud, private cloud and hybrid cloud. So public cloud is nothing but it is the third party cloud service providers, where they can provide the servers and the services, the applications, whatever we need. I wanted to make use, they provide the services without any cost. So freely we can access. Like for example, I can say Amazon Azure is providing us this public cloud, where you can access the minimum amount of data storage there and you can access the applications whatever you want. You can get back the results by using that. Like for example, we are using Gmail. In a Gmail account, depending upon your usage, they provide us the memory. When you have a lots of memory that you are storing, you are making use, it suggests that to pay a rent basis to provide a more memory. So that could be done with the help of the cloud again. Next, private cloud. Private cloud, only the one organization or a company makes use of this cloud. So the storage has been on their center, physically accessing storage can be given by the private cloud, where they need to pay. The company will be paying for that storage and for making use of the applications. Next, hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is a combination of public as well as the private cloud services. Next, mobile computing. So computing, I already told you that it is nothing but processing, analyzing, transforming. So that processing, analyzing and transforming can be done on a mobile. Mainly, I can say in a simple terms, movable. So wherever it is needed to send the data, we can make use of that mobile. With the help of the mobile devices, we can send the data. So mobile computing is a technology that allows transmission of data, the voice and video via a computer or any other wireless enabled devices without having to be connected to a fixed physical link. So the advanced technology that uses computing devices means like laptops, the desktops or the smart mobiles, that allows transmission of data. Data again, it is not limited. It could be the text, voice, a video, it could be any sort of data. So with the help of wireless facility, users can transmit from one remote location to another remote location, which could be fixed. Like for example, now staying in one room, desktop is at the fixed place. So we cannot carry the desktop with us. So sending the data or processing the data in a desktop, it is easy when I am traveling from one place to the another place, but still I wanted to make use of these services like sending the data, or I wanted to pay amount from my mobile which is a movable, then it could be done with the help of the mobile computing. That means one can send the data from one remote area to the another. One could be the fixed remote area or one could be the mobility system, the devices which we are using. So the main concept in mobile computing involves are the communication, hardware and software. Communication, I told you, it could be the data whatever we are sending. It could be the processed data or analyzed one, summarized one, whatever it could be. The hardware, the devices that we are used for sending the data without any disturbances. And the software, as I told you, whenever we are using a technology, we need to have the software there to access those things. Next, Internet of Things. Internet of Things describes the network of physical objects. That objects could be the things that are embedded with sensors, software and other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with other devices and systems over the internet. Why I am specifically saying here, the sensors, softwares and the technologies are embedded for exchanging the data or transmitting the data. I can explain with an example. So this Internet of Things, mainly internet connected objects working together to solve a problem. So the thing could be anything physical or virtual or both. So it is also related as a machine to machine also. So Internet of Things, for example, I can say the TV, the fan, fridge, smartwatch, microwave, anything it could be. So you will get a doubt like how a fan comes under Internet of Things. Like nowadays, with the help of these sensors, we are operating the fan, right? We have a devices with the help of our mobiles also. When it is connected, if you are operating with your mobile phone, it could be accessed. Whenever you close your doors, whenever you lock your home also, house also, all the lights and everything will be switched off. And whenever you make an entry, so depending with the help of the sensors, it gets activated. That is nothing but the Internet of Things. The things, nothing but here the objects, the devices which are operated with the devices, it could be the Internet of Things. As I told you, as I referred earlier, like smartwatches, smartphones, anything, everything, it could be the Internet of Things also. Like, let me say like the components of Internet of Things. As I told you that the sensors, softwares, the connectivity and the process are very important. So let me explain, like for example, there is a home, I am having a sensor doors, like whenever the light, sun rays falls on my door, for example, so that sensors gets activated and it opens automatically. It could be my windows doors also, or it could be the main door. So how it is done? The sensors are mainly helping us. It is activated, and to activate that I need a software, isn't it? Even though I am using a sensors, here it has to be, how it is activated again? It should be locked or it should be opened. It could be done with the help of software only again, and motor is needed for opening the door. There I need a small machine. So all these are nothing but the components of Internet of Things. Like I said, the sensors, the technology, the software, everything. Next, embedded systems. What is a system? First of all, system, it's nothing but it is an arrangement of all the units, all the things that we are using arranged in one pattern to access with the help of the rules. That is nothing but I can say a systems. So the embedded systems, it is a combination of software and hardware, and it is mainly designed to perform a particular task in a given time. So time is also very important there, and it is a dedicated computer system designed for one or two specific functions. This system is embedded as a part of complete device system that includes hardware such as electrical and mechanical components. So it is unlike the general purpose computer, which is engineered to manage a wide range of processing tasks, like for example microwaves and washing machines, or the watches also I can take into consideration. Like it operates like microwave is mainly meant for heating purpose, for baking purpose, right? So after some time we'll set there, after some times it stops heating there. Once the system has been designed depending upon the time and depending upon what temperature it has to be given and everything. Even the washing machine also, how it has to be washed, inbuilt with the help of the controllers, microcontrollers, they will embed these for functioning part. Like for example watch is mainly used for displaying the time, date and all, while it mainly used for showing the time. Let us take, we have the components. If one component is not working, what happens? It stops the other. So that is nothing but the embedded system. So the microcontrollers are mainly helps in arranging and functioning these systems. So the applications of embedded systems include smart cards, computing networking, satellites, telecommunications, digital consumer electronics, etc. So what it could be, the digital consumer electronics? Like for example, setting up the dial-up boxes there in a digital consumer things. In the telecommunication, the computing is mainly helps us in sending the data. In a computer networking, how fast the data can be transferred with the help of the technologies or the computing techniques there. So these are about the modern computing things. In this also I can consider, I can say the cryptocurrency. Nowadays everywhere we are listening this cryptocurrency. What is this cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is a digital and virtual currency, I can say. The virtual thing actually for sending some amount. So nowadays in cryptocurrency we use bitcoins. Why this cryptocurrency? Let me explain again with an example. In the earlier days, beginning of our human life actually, what they used to do, they used to exchange the food items. Let me take an example. I have 5 apples, the other person has got oranges, but I want orange. How can I buy? How can I buy that oranges? I don't have any money during the earlier stages of a human in olden days. So what they used to do, they used to exchange the goods what they have, the food products. Like for example, I used to give 5 apples, in return I'll be getting 5 oranges. So we never used any currency there. So they used this technique, but after some time, some period, we got some flaws there. What flaws? Because I may not have 5 apples in exchange of 5 oranges. If I have 4 apples but I need 5 oranges, then how can I take? So these are some of the flaws where went wrong by using these, by adopting these techniques, I can say. Later on, after a period of time, we started making use of the currencies like the coins. Gold coins came into existence. So we have given a price there. Nowadays, I can say with the help of the currency, we are sending digitally, like online payments, like for example phone pay, GPay. What we are doing, actually we are not sending any money there, any currency there physically. How we are sending then? So the third party bank is sending the amount from our account, from my account to the other account. So these apps are making use of the banking. So banking is mainly providing here the information, the amount of data, because this is not I'm not giving any currency there physically. So I can send, I don't have in my account, I don't have 1 lakh, but I wanted to send. Can you send it? No. Though you are not giving physically, I cannot send, because there indirectly the bank provides us the information. But what's happening when we are making use of these online merchants, there is a chance of hacking. They are not providing the 100% security. Later on, they are trying, in future, they are coming up with an idea called cryptocurrency. So this cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, I think they have a limit of around 21 million. Like Bitcoins, we have the other coins also where they have arranging a price amount for that. In return, they are exchanging, they are doing the back chain process, and you making use of this cryptocurrency. So all these are the modern computing techniques. So thank you.